This program contains adult language and situations which may be considered offensive to some viewers and/or children, but more likely their parents.
Oof. Hey, idiots. It's the Frodo again. Hold up. Gotta get my change out of my pockets. Oh, sitting on shit. What do we have here? Oh, food. What's this? What's this? Moz sticks. Yep, it's Moz sticks. Hold on, I gotta take off my cock up splint. That's what they actually call this thing, you know. It's called a cock up splint. I don't know why. Because when you wear it, it makes your cock go up. Now, first and foremost, I've been meaning to mention this on videos, but I simply keep forgetting to mention it. Somebody, I'm telling you this right now, okay? Somebody needs to buy my Uncle Scott a fucking car, okay? Please, I'm begging you, buy him a fucking car. Okay? I don't care what kind of car it is. But he needs to start learning how to drive. So buy him a fucking car, because I'm tired of sharing the fucking bus with him. Okay, somebody buy him a goddamn car. Alright? Like, soon. Okay? Because I don't want to have to share the bus with him. I don't want to see him walking down the street. Okay? And I know, I'm moving. Why does it matter to me? Well, because it does. Buy him a fucking car. Either buy him a car or pay for a year of my apartment. Okay, pay for a year of a new apartment that isn't Lovejoy. Okay? Because no more of this Lovejoy crap. Okay, what's this? What is this, a sub? So, with that out of the way, there's something I need to talk about, and it's the purple elephant in the room, okay, that no one wants to mention, no one wants to be held accountable for, and that is, I really do believe that, like before, my rich uncle is responsible for me getting arrested. Now hold on a second here, because I actually have something to back this up. Okay? should correct myself and say that he's partially responsible. He's about 25% responsible for me of this current arrest, of this the latest arrest. Okay, now just hear me out, okay? So, we all know what happened, right? But does my rich uncle know? Does he know that the people that got me arrested were the same people that I used to go to their house on Gold Street? You know, the one that my rich uncle keeps accusing me of, oh, you liked that girl. No, I don't. We used to hang out and that was about it. She had a boyfriend, that was the gist of it. We hung out, we watched movies, that was it. She had me arrested. I don't know if my rich uncle knew that. But back when everything happened 10, 12 years ago, you know, her boyfriend at the time, there was a thing where I didn't want to go to the Galleria Mall, and it was because her boyfriend worked at the Regal at the time, and I just didn't want any trouble. So I decided not to go to Galleria Mall at all. Okay? So somehow my rich uncle interpreted this. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, because they were on Gold, he was on Longnecker, so somehow he thought that I was like going the long way around to his house, but I wouldn't even have to do that because, you know, Gold is like farther down Lovejoy than Longnecker. It's more my rich uncle's fucking lying shit. Okay, I never said I went the long way to my rich uncle's house. What I said was I avoided the Galleria Mall at all costs because the boyfriend was working there, so let's clear that up. But, you know what? Since he wants to lie, we're going to use those lies. You're going to use those lies to my advantage. Okay, fine. I was going the long way to your house, to the rich uncle's house. Even though he lived all the way on the other side of Lovejoy, you know, it doesn't matter. The point is that my rich uncle made fun of me because I was scared to go a certain way because that's where they lived or whatever. Okay, fine. So, you're making fun of me because I identified a problem that I wanted nothing to do with, and that I knew that if I were to do something, like go past their house or whatever, I would get in some serious fucking trouble. Okay? So, and what would happen? What would happen if I walked past their house? You're making fun of me. Oh, you won't go past the house because you're afraid of the boyfriend. Actually, no, I'm not. But, whatever. You know, what do you think would have actually happened if I actually went to the Galleria Mall while he was working there? I probably would have gotten arrested. And then what would you have done? Probably laughed in my goddamn face about it. Right? So, it's like this. It's like this. do I pussy out and take caution and go another way, even though I was never going a completely different way to get to my rich uncle? What other kind of way was there? Because Gold is on that side, Longnecker's on like 4 streets over. There was no reason for me to even go down near the Gold Street, intersection there. So, so what do I do? Do I pussy out and not go that way? Not go to the Galleria Mall? Because I know deep inside that if I do that, I'm going to get in trouble. Okay? Or do I just call myself fucking paranoid? Do I say, okay, I'm gonna get over this paranoia and go to Galleria Mall and go down Gold Street for whatever reason I have? Do I do that? It's like you're damned if you do, and my rich uncle was pretty much encouraging me to harass them. And it's not the first time that's the first time, but it's not the only time that he's done this either. Remember Barf? Remember Brandy? There you go. Encouraging me to go to that Target near Boulevard Mall. Encouraging me to, oh, what's her name? What's her address? I'll take care of it. That kind of Tony Soprano bullshit. Now reiterate too, I don't want anybody hurt. I don't. I'm serious. Even anybody, I don't want them hurt. That's not me. Okay, that's not me. I'm being serious here. That's not me. But the fact is that my rich uncle encourages violence. What would happen? What would happen if? What do you think would have? So I took his advice, and I didn't pussy out. I went to Barf's work. She wasn't even working that day. I went to her work and I got arrested. And now my rich uncle doesn't want to fucking own up to it. He wants nothing to do with it. And, every time I talk to someone on the phone, my phone records everything. Okay? I got a call recorder thing. So it's like this. My rich uncle, now my rich uncle doesn't want to be recorded. Why is that? Why is it that you don't want to be recorded all of a sudden? Because you know that you got caught in a lie. That's what happened. Because you don't want people to know what you're about. Apparently. You don't want people knowing what you're about. But, you know, you want everybody to sit there and think that you're this big fucking good guy, but you're sitting there, you know, plotting shit like to you know, violence against women. How do I know what you were thinking when you told me, give me Brandy's name and number, give me her address, I'll take care of her? How are you gonna take care of her? Don't worry about it. You know, that was actually on her police report too. Because you said that, you know, that was included on the police report. I never said I wanted to take care of her. You said it. Rich Uncle said it. You said it. You said it. But I took the fall for you. You know why? You know why? Because my parents do not want you to get in trouble. Because it'll hurt your fucking job. So I took the fall. I did the community service. I had a 1-year restraining order against me. You just sit there in your little ivory tower and make more money that you're never gonna spend. You know, your days are numbered, man. One of these days, I'm not gonna sit there and bat for you. I sat there and I pled guilty to something I didn't do as per request of my parents. Okay? And it was all to protect you and your little fucking job. Your little Jewish job over there. At the terrorist company. Because yes, I am calling them terrorists. They terrorize the fucking flea market. I can't forgive them for that. You know what? You know what? I don't care. I don't care. My mom said you lost your job. Meanwhile, you're still going to that job. It's more lies from the Davis family. Okay? It's more fucking lies. You realize that anything in this day and age can be confirmed with a fucking click or a call. You know? What? you know, I want you to get fired. That's right, I'm saying it. I want you to feel how I feel. How I can't have a job because I wasn't privileged in life. You know, my parents, they've raised me like a fucking retard. And it pisses them off to no end that I'm trying to raise myself out of the bullshit that they raised me in. It pisses them off to watch me. It pisses them off to watch me try to move out of Lovejoy. I don't know why. I don't know why that pisses everyone off so much. Why? Because this is where everyone grew up? Well, where everyone grew up sucks. You know, I'm supposed to feel bad because the place that I was born, the first place I ever lived, got knocked down. I'm supposed to feel bad about that. I'm supposed to feel bad about all that. No, I'm not feeling bad about it. I don't really care. It's not a fucking laundromat. I don't care. I do wash in my old apartment. Okay? I don't give a shit. But somehow I'm supposed to give a shit that next door was where my grandmother lived, where my dad grew up. I'm supposed to give a shit that that place got knocked down. I'm supposed to give a shit. Why? Why? Why do I give a shit? I don't. I really don't. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. You know why? Because I don't like this neighborhood. This neighborhood is nothing but inbred white trash. And I don't care what the fuck the detective told me. The detective was like, "Oh, you better watch out because people in Lovejoy are gonna see this and they're not gonna like it." Fuck them. Okay, they have to hear how it is. Every time I walk down the street, I see a midget. Lovejoy, and I'll fucking prove this to you that Lovejoy is fucking inbred and trailer trash. You want me to prove it? I can prove it right now. Look at fucking Pico. Okay? He's been walking the streets for God knows how long. He's mentally retarded. Okay? And he's walking the streets. I'm not saying I'm better than him. Okay? But what I'm saying is that that's product of inbreeding. Mental retardation. Not saying it's exclusively, but yes, inbreeding can lead to fucking mental retardation. Not saying that he was inbred, but now let's look at another couple people here. Every time I walk down the street, a midget. Midgets. There's like 5 midgets in this neighborhood. Can you name any other neighborhood in Buffalo or anywhere that has 5 fucking midgets running around the neighborhood? Okay? Midgets are a product of inbreeding. Okay? I was at the 7-Eleven earlier today, and there was a kid in there. I don't know how old he was. He was probably, I don't know, 15, 16 years old. I would guess that looked, he looked and acted like he had like some kind of, not severe, but he looked like he had some kind of like high functioning enough to be able to read and all that other bullshit. But you could tell that he was kind of on the slow side. Okay, and I see this kid a lot. About 15, 16 years old, I would guess. And I see this kid a lot. And that's a product of inbreeding right there. That's another problem. I was also at 7-Eleven. This is like at the same time. There was a woman that walked into the store, and she had a shirt that said something like "Rockin'," what is it? "Rockin' the extra chromosome," which, if anyone knows, that's Down syndrome. Now the woman didn't have Down syndrome. I'm guessing she might have a daughter or like a kid that has Down syndrome or something. Or she might have a family member or whatever. Or maybe she was just wearing a shirt. I don't know. But the woman that was wearing the shirt, she definitely did not have Down syndrome. Down syndrome is a product of inbreeding as well. Okay? So, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that point to inbreeding, and I'm gonna say something right now. I'm gonna come clean about something here. There's actually, I've heard, it's not confirmed, but I've heard people talk, okay? I've heard people talk, like, behind my back, like other family members, that suggest that my mom and my dad are like cousins or something, and that I'm kind of inbred. I've actually heard other family members say this, and they didn't actually say that they were cousins, but stuff that they said suggested that my parents are blood related somehow. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm hearing this from like other family members. Okay? Mostly people on my dad's side. Okay? Now, if that's not true, well then fuck it. I'm sorry, but I've heard rumors through the grapevine. But this is what happened. All I'm doing is I'm speaking the truth. Lovejoy is nothing but racist motherfuckers that will drive down the fucking street with rap music from this is white guys, white people driving down the fucking street with rap music blaring, yelling the word nigger out their window. Or they'll be sitting on their porch. Remember that last apartment I had where they all sat on the fucking porch. And you could tell that some of those people there were inbred. So this is not like something that I'm just saying, like just because I like to be funny. No. This is something that I truly believe. So my parents don't like me moving out of Lovejoy. Why? I don't know. Because this is where everyone grew up. You have to... No, I don't have to respect anything. How about no? How about no, no, no? That's the other thing the detective said, too, when I saw him in the car. He's like, you know, you gotta stop talking about so-and-so because the husband's a big boy. That's what he said, the husband. It's like, he's not happy with you. I'm like, okay. I'm not really that scared of him. You know why? He has a restraining order on me. Coming here would be the stupidest thing he's ever done. You know? I'm not really worried. I gotta worry about myself. Okay? Someone like that shows up at my door, I call the police. Call the detective, say, hey, they're at my fucking house. That's a violation of restraining order. The point is, I'm trying to stay away from situations. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do what's best for me. That means moving, then that means moving. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this is what? This is now my third apartment that I had that wasn't North Buffalo, Allentown, Elmwood Village, Village of Kenmore. It's about time I move somewhere that I'm happy. Instead of moving to some place where it's like required of me to move and it was like the last ditch effort. Okay, because I've never had my own apartment. I've never had my own apartment. You know. And by that, I mean, I've never actually had an apartment that I actually picked out and actually chose and wanted to actually stay there and be there. Like every single apartment that I've had, I've taken because it was the only thing available. It was, or I had to move, or something stupid like that. I've never had an apartment that I actually loved. Not even say loved being there, but I've never had an apartment that I actually chose. And chose because I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Every move that I made was out of some kind of necessity. Like, the very first apartment I had was on Huntington Avenue. Okay, that was my very first apartment. And I got that apartment because that was what do you call it? I took that apartment because that apartment was, what do you say? How do you say this? The group home pretty much said, take this fucking apartment or don't take any apartments. So it was kind of like just like a stop in the door kind of thing. The second apartment I took, it was on Delaware Avenue. And I took that apartment simply because I had to get out of that place on Huntington. I was tired of being in the basement. You know, I say shit like I don't like to be in the first floor. This is why. That was worse than the first floor. That was like I was staying at like these two apartments that were like in the basement, and the problem with that was people would be like in the backyard like grilling and shit. And then they would like look through my windows like, ooh, look at that. Look at him jerking off the porno in there. Excuse me a second. Yeah, people would look at me in my Huntington apartment. It was in the basement. There was like a window, like pretty much like up there, and that was like the ground level right there. That was like outside, and people would look through my window down at me and see me fucking jerking off. And I was like, I can't have this. And I tried to put fucking blinds and shit on, and it was like, they could still see it. But, so I was just like, plus I was getting all kinds of like bugs and shit in there, just because it was like the basement, it was all wet and shit. Plus, my place got broken into, and how the fuck did they break in? Through that goddamn window. They fucking opened up the window from the outside, climbed in, and took the most stupidest shit out of my apartment. I had a fucking Xbox 360 sitting there, and they didn't take that, but they took like my home phone. I had a home phone at the time. It was like they took my home phone, but I had an Xbox 360 sitting right there, and they didn't even take that. But they took a big, those You know those, what do you call it, CD wallets. I had a CD wallet that could hold like 100 CDs or something. It was a huge fucking thing. And instead of holding CDs, I had a bunch of like DVDs, like burned DVDs that they took. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid. They took that and they, like back then, this was like when the over-the-air channels became like digital. So I bought myself like a digital box, and it was like one of those ones that can get over-the-air TV. But you need like a converter box and shit for it. So they took that, but they didn't take my fucking Xbox. Okay? Fucking dumb criminals, that's what it is. And I didn't even call the police about it. I don't know why. I think it was just because I was so embarrassed that they took stupid shit out of my apartment and not like anything that meant something. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. You know? You know, I was like, fuck it. You know? So, they took my, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened, but so they robbed my house, took stupid shit. What the fuck? Really? Hold up. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Okay. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm like I'm playing. I'm not playing, but what do you call it? Where is it? The Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 came out today, so I gotta go download that. I had pre-ordered. I was supposed to automatically download, but I guess not. Hold up. I'm trying to get myself to sneeze. Oh shit. So I had to move out of Huntington. I went to Delaware. And then, ow. Okay, so it's downloading. So I went to Delaware. Oh, I didn't want to turn that off. I wanted it to download. I fucked it up. So I went to Delaware Avenue. Spent a few years there. Then I started getting bed bugs in there. And I didn't know what the fuck they were. They were like little red things fucking flying, not flying, but, you know, crawling around my bed. I didn't know what they were. Somebody told me that they were bed bugs. So I had to move. It would have been cheaper just to move than it would have been, you know, to get an exterminator and all that other shit. Plus, I had to throw out everything. And you had to have like a whole fucking building. You had to have like the whole fucking building on, you know, on the same page, which wasn't going to happen. So, okay, I'm just going to keep this going. I would have had this whole building on page, you know, to get, I agree, to get, you know, to get all this taken care of. It wasn't going to happen. you know that somebody was gonna fuck it up and be like, I can't get out this day, you know, because everyone had to get out of the building so that they can go and fucking do whatever. But not everyone was gonna be on board. Where's my? There it is. So I got to get out of there. It was easier just for me to move than it was to get all these people to, you know, cooperate. So I had to get out of there. The only place that was available for me at the time was a place in South Buffalo. Now I'll admit that was actually a nice apartment. It's just that the area sucked. And by sucking, I mean it was in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like I would have to take a bus no matter where I wanted to go. I would have to take a bus everywhere, which I don't mind. But the problem is that bus that I had to take, it was one of those buses that doesn't run that often. Okay, it wasn't like the Delaware bus that ran like every 10 minutes or something. This bus like ran like every 2 hours or something. It was ridiculous, and I didn't like living there because it was in the armpit corner of the fucking city. Okay? It not only was it 2 hours, it came every 2 hours, but it would be like it came every 2 hours, but every other time it came, it was either, I think it was either like the A or the B for the 14 bus. I think it was. Yeah, the 14 bus. It would either be the A or the B, which meant that when it came, it would either go to, it'll be the last stop, like the last stop would either be the shops, which I rarely went to. It's where like the old Seneca Mall used to be, or it would go all the way to the McKinley Mall. Okay? And it was like you had to figure out which bus was going to the shop, and I didn't like it. If I want to go to McKinley Mall, I had to look up to see when that bus that goes to McKinley Mall comes. Okay, I didn't like being there. I just didn't like it. It was just so inconvenient. I missed North Buffalo, so that I had to move. It wasn't like anything I did. It was because I just got approved for Section 8 and Section 8, the Belmont said, hey, you can't live here anymore. They said the rent was too much there. You can't live here anymore. The rent's too much. You have to move. You have to move somewhere cheaper. That's what they said. So I had to move somewhere cheaper. And the place I found was this place in fucking Lovejoy. It was right on Lovejoy. It was right across from that haunted fucking house that people go on ghost hunts at. And the reason I had to move out of there, the landlord was a complete fucking dick, and the guy downstairs was a complete fucking dick as well. He was just, let's see, I couldn't play music at any time during the day. Okay, I couldn't play music because I don't know what the fuck his problem was. I couldn't play music. I wasn't allowed to play video games, okay? I wasn't allowed to play video games because it was too loud for him or something. What else? I wasn't pulling in and out the garbage cans, even though I was doing it most of the time, but because I might have been, I don't know, I might have been like going to work or something, I didn't pull him out a couple times, which means he pulled him out. And somehow I'm the one that was supposed to pull him out. I don't know. I don't fucking get it. What else did the landlord bitch at me about? Oh, I didn't shovel the sidewalks. Okay. Even though I was the only one shoveling the sidewalks. Okay? The problem, I'll tell you what the problem was. The problem was that the guy downstairs, I guess he has like physical medical problems, so he can't shovel snow. Okay, so what he does, instead of him shoveling, he pays the kid next door to come by and shovel the snow. And okay, so somehow I was required to also pay the kid next door. Somehow I was supposed to go half with the guy downstairs so that he could shovel the snow. Instead, he was paying the kid downstairs, and then I was going around shoveling the snow anyway, for free. You see what I'm saying? And they got pissed off, and they said, well, he's not shoveling the fucking snow. No, I was just not paying the kid $5, $10, whatever it was, to shovel fucking snow. I don't fucking get it. But I'm glad I'm out of it, because it was bullshit. It was just, every single day it was something new. A landlord said he came up the one day, and I was like sleeping in the hallway or something. I'm like, when was this? He's like, oh. No, what? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He said I was having parties up in the fucking upstairs. But the parties happened while I was in fucking Toronto. Okay, I was in Toronto when it happened. I come back and the guy downstairs was like, you having parties up there last night? I'm like, no. I was out of fucking town. Well, someone was having parties. I got my fucking suitcase here. I was in fucking Toronto all weekend. Okay? You wanna see a receipt of the shit I bought? It says Toronto on it. Are you fucking kidding me? So the landlord tried to evict me. He tried. It was like one of those things where, okay, we're gonna give you a notice. And I was just like, fuck you, I'm gonna just move out anyway. You know? I wasn't actually evicted. You know? It was pretty much like the landlord just posted a thing on my door. And I was just like, fuck you, landlord, I'm getting out anyway. And the thing is, I moved to go around the corner. And I took this apartment because, again, it was something that was available. It was something I knew I could get into. But it's just, I just don't like this area. And my parents I hate that I don't like this area. I fucking hate it here. And you remember when we moved from fucking Zelmer to here? Remember when we moved from Zelmer to Lovejoy? Remember I put up a big fucking stink about it back when I was like, what, 14 years old? I said, I don't want to live in Lovejoy because it's racist. I don't want to be associated with that area. It's fucking racist. And every time, I have black friends, okay? Whenever they come and visit me, I'm fucking scared for them. Because I walk outside, every time I walk outside, it's like watching fucking Mississippi burning outside. I'm afraid that my black friends are gonna get jumped on their way to the car by some big fat fucking inbred white supremacist motherfucker. Okay? I don't feel safe here. My friends don't feel safe here. I did talk to them and I said, listen, don't you feel kind of like uncomfortable here? They're like, nah, I come over here all the fucking time. It's like, but it's like Mississippi burning outside. It's like I'm just waiting for like the Klan to come marching down my street in full Klan robes and hoods. I'm waiting for a fucking cross to be burned on my lawn. That's how bad I feel it is here. I'm like they already burned down black people's homes here. They throw rocks through the windows and they burn them down. I'm just waiting for a big old fucking cross to be burned on somebody's lawn. That would be like, get me the fuck out of here right now. It's like I walk out of my house here, and it's like a combination of Mississippi Burning and Gummo. Like, imagine those two movies had a baby and shat it out. That would be Lovejoy. Oh. It's like the people around here they just look like they should be in the movie Gummo. Okay? If you don't know what Gummo is, please go fucking rent it or something. Go to Family Video and rent it, or better yet, you can just steal it off the internet somehow. Go look it up. Gummo. 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 It's a great movie, but that's Lovejoy for you. So they don't want me leaving this great fucking neighborhood of Lovejoy. My parents don't. They just want they want me to be, what do you call it? They want to keep me fucking stupid all my life. They don't want me driving. So I had to go out and get my learner's permit. That pissed him off. That pissed him off beyond all of the whole thing about that. You know, the whole thing, oh, we don't want you driving. Well, why not? Because we're afraid that if a bee gets in the car, you flip out because we saw it on a movie. And they actually said that there was what was it they said the one time? Oh, we don't want you to drive because what was it they said again? We don't want you driving because we're afraid that people like you, people with autism, with Asperger's syndrome, are going to we're afraid that you're going to end up ramming into somebody because they took your parking spot. Oh, really? Why do you think that? Because we saw it on a movie? Because you saw it on a movie. Oh my God. I don't even want to know what movie this was. So, this movie that you saw, you really, it's a fake fucking movie. Okay, it's a fake fucking movie. So, right now, let me get this straight. Right now, you don't want me driving because of something you saw on a movie. And you call me the one that's not in touch with reality? You call me the one that's not in touch with reality. And yet you get ideas from fake fucking movies. Doesn't matter what kind of movie it was. The fact is that my parents are getting ideas from fake fucking movies. But I'm the one that's out of touch of reality, right? I'm the one that's the conspiracy theory guy. I'm the one that's not in touch with reality, right? And yet you're getting your ideas from a fucking movie. Okay. I never want to hear my parents say you're out of touch with reality. I never want to hear them say that anymore. Because if I'm out of touch with reality, oh, believe me, anything that they don't want to hear from me, it's written off as, oh, you're out of touch with reality. And yet, they expect me to live by their standard of reality. Which is, yeah, we saw this movie, and in the movie there was a guy with autism, and he ran into somebody with a car because they took his parking spot. And I have to laugh because there was a whole thing that I was joking about it too. I was joking about this. when I hit 300 pounds, I used to be like 300 pounds, over 300 pounds. I'm like, I don't know, 260 or something now. But I was like over 200 or 300, I say. I was like over like 300. And I made a joke that says, oh yeah, I'm 300 pounds, I can go on disability. Actually, I'm already on disability, but not for being 300 pounds. And you know why I said that? I said it because it was an episode of The Simpsons. Where Homer becomes he tries to become 300 pounds so he can become disabled and work from home. Funny fucking episode. It's like one of my favorite Simpsons episodes. But it's not even true, and I was just joking about it. I was like, yeah, now I could be like Homer. You know, they actually thought I was serious. They actually thought I was serious about that. So like, I'm already on fucking disability. Not for being fat, but for having the tisms, if you know what I mean. But it's just stupid shit like this. Oh yeah, you can't drive because we saw a movie where a guy ran someone over. He was autistic. He ran someone over because they took his parking spot from him. So now we don't want you becoming an autistic guy on that movie. I'm sorry, you can't become that guy. Okay. And how much you want to bet it was one of those stupid fucking movies my mom likes to watch? Like, what's that fucking movie she likes? There's this one movie she loves. She watches it all the fucking time. And, what's that fucking movie? It has Sandra Bullock in it. And it was the dumbest fucking movie ever. I don't know. What is it? 2 weeks? I think it's called 2 Weeks Notice or something. It was a fucking stupid movie. It was probably that movie. I don't know. But, oh my god. What is this? Okay. But it's like, dude, stop with the stupid shit. Stop, just fucking stop already. How many Best Buy points do I have? Oh yeah. So, I just wanted to talk about how I believe my rich uncle is partially to blame for my what do you call it? My arrest. I honestly believe this. Okay? It's because he what would he makes fun of me for all this bullshit, for like trying to keep cautious of myself. He make fun of me for that. And no one's calling him out for it, even though him making fun of me for it, I have to go around and, you know, try to prove him wrong. And when I do, I get that I don't have to take his advice. Okay, I get that. I get that. Don't be trying to say that, oh, you don't have to take your rich uncle's advice. I get it. I get it. But then there's consequences for not taking his advice as well. And those consequences are that I'm being called a coward. I'm being called paranoid. And this is why I need all kinds of medication. Because you're being paranoid. You're being a paranoid schizophrenic. You're a conspiracy theory person, and you're paranoid. You have paranoid psychosis. And this isn't a shrink telling me this. This is just my dad saying this. Okay? I can get a shrink right now to sit there and say everything that you're saying that your son isn't. Your son is not paranoid. Your son is not schizophrenic. And there's no reason for you to be saying that. I mean, I do admit that I am very cautious of what I do. Okay? I am very cautious. I did not want to go inside that Target store where Brandy worked. I did not want to go there. I didn't. Okay? I did not want to go to that Target store. I really didn't want to go. But I felt like I had to prove my parents and my rich uncle wrong. And I had to prove that. I had to prove it to them that I'm not scared of anything. Maybe and I hate to say it, but I have to, you know, I have to, what's that word? I have to, I have to double think what I'm doing. I have to think twice about what I'm doing here. Maybe I am paranoid. Maybe I was being, you know, paranoid. Maybe I am scared of my own shadow. So maybe I'll go to Target and I'll say, hey, I can be here. But just like that, I go to Target and I got arrested. It was everything that I thought. It was everything that I originally thought. Okay? It's like, it's better just to be fucking cautious. You know, you're going around and you're going around, you're avoiding this street and that street. And you're avoiding, you know, this store and that store because you're paranoid. But yet, I'll go because, okay, maybe I am paranoid. Okay, maybe I'm starting to think, maybe I am. maybe I am just a little bit paranoid. And so I'll go. And yet, just going and doing that stuff just ends up confirming everything that I thought. And now my rich uncle is there like, I never told him to go to fucking Target. But I have fucking audio of it. Oh, you have to stop recording me. Like, no. No, it's my right to record our conversations. You know, because New York State is a one-party consent state. Okay? I don't have to get your permission. I'm the one doing the recording, not you. Okay? That's my consent right there. A one-party consent state like New York State means that I can record but our conversation. Because I'm the one doing the recording. I'm the one I'm giving the consent. I don't have to tell you shit if I'm recording or not. And that's a one-party consent state. If you don't like me recording you, then take it up with the people that made the laws. Okay? If I was in a place like, if you were like in a place like Florida and I was still here, yes, I would have to get your consent because Florida's a two-party consent state. So is Pennsylvania. Okay? I would have to get your consent to record the conversation. So, as long as we're in New York State, you don't like me recording? Tough shit. Move to a two-party consent state. You think I'm making this up? You go look it up. You go look at the law. Don't ask a cop about it. Ask a fucking lawyer. Like I said before, police officers don't need to take a fucking bar exam. Okay? You don't need to take a bar exam to be a cop. In fact, there's some police departments won't hire you if you're too smart. They just want people to write tickets, and that's it. But whatever. Whatever, dude. You don't like living in this one-party consent state? Then move to fucking Florida, Pennsylvania, or find out what other states are one-party or two-party consent. I don't know what else to tell you. And any lawyer that if you go to are just going to say, yes, New York State is a one-party consent state. You can even look it up yourself. Oh, and because or if you don't trust the internet, even though I'm getting it right off the New York State law website, but because it's on the internet, we don't trust it. Which is like one of the biggest crocks of shit that I've ever heard. Okay? Like you say, oh, it's on the internet, it must be true. Yeah? And what do you think is true? What do you actually think is true? You think turning on your little news station means that you're getting the full story, that you're getting actual news? No. I don't care what news channel you turn on. I don't care if it's Fox News, or I don't care if it's CNN or MSNBC or whatever. Every single fucking... Every single little fucking news station has their bias. Okay? They're all fucking fake. They're all fucking fake. Fox News, fake. Anything that has some kind of bias, and it will have a bias. You know, until we get news outlets that, you know, are not biased, and they all are, we're gonna have fake news. Even if we have all that, you know that there's even if we have like a news outlet that's not biased, you know that once in a while you're gonna have that fake news. Because even on accident, oh yeah, you know, whatever, shit happens. You know, fake news comes through the pipeline or whatever. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen every so often, and we can't stop it. So tell me about how this internet thing is not truthful again. Oh, it's on the internet. It must be true. Like, what the fuck does that mean? I could sit there and say, oh, it's on TV, it must. So what? Just because something's on TV that makes it automatically true now? And that's the thing too. I don't even think that everything on the internet is true. I don't know where my uncle gets this from. You know, I'm not saying that everything is true. And I'm not saying everything is false either. You know, it's like any other sort of media. It's, you know, you got TV that's fake. You got radio that's fake. You really think, like, Howard Stern is, like, real fucking news, like when he does the news part? Most of them, it's just him like giving his opinion. It's like, that's all it is. It's him giving an opinion. You could sit there and they're just reading a news article that they found. And then he's giving his little stupid opinion. Oh, yeah, take your top off or something. We'll give you $1,000 or whatever. I'll give you $1,000 if you take your top off. Like Howard, like that's what, like Howard Stern, you know? You ever notice Howard Stern never gets naked on the show? Alright, we're done. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Sometimes there comes a time when it's just better to keep your mouth shut. Because you don't know what the fuck is going on. You really don't. Call me a fucking pussy call me paranoid because I won't go to a certain place. Well, what do you think would happen? What do you think would happen if I ever went? If I went off the edge and I just went to that fucking Regal Cinema at the Galleria Mall? What do you think would happen if that guy was still working there? What do you think would happen? I would probably get arrested. That's what would happen. And I hate to say it, but that's what would happen. Okay? So if I took your advice and didn't go the long way around and went to that Regal Cinema at the Galleria Mall, I would have been arrested. You know, if I would have, and it shows time and time again. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say here is, you give bad advice, okay? You give terrible advice. But no one wants to call you out on it. Because they're afraid that they're not going to get another loan from you for another hot tub that they're just going to sell for pennies on the dollar. It's okay when they sell shit for pennies on the dollar, but when I do it, I can't do it. Oh, you can't sell that for pennies. Why not? You know, it's ridiculous. Any way you look at it, it's ridiculous. So, I don't know. I'm about done. I'm about done here. So, you have yourself a nice life in your little ivory tower, and I'll keep sitting here trying to scrape together money so that I can eat, so that I can move, so that I can do whatever the fuck I want. Okay? And you just keep making money. You just keep putting it away for that fucking funeral. And I'm going to say it. I said it once and I'm going to say it again. When you die, that better be the greatest fucking funeral in the history of funerals. I want you to hire fucking Jethro Tull to play at your funeral. I want you to hire fucking Roger Waters and Paul McCartney and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I want you to hire the best food money can buy, because you're putting away all this money for a funeral. I don't know what you're putting away for, but you have millions in the fucking bank, and you just don't touch it. It's like you just sit there and don't touch it until your funeral is you know, what are you gonna, you have all this money and nothing to show for it. You know, you drive a shitty vehicle, you have a shitty house, okay? At least, if you're gonna sit there and make all kinds of money, at least put on the greatest fucking funeral I've ever saw. You know? Because what's the point of making all that money when you're not even gonna, when you have nothing to show for it? If I made that kind of money, I'd be driving around in a nice vehicle. I'd be driving around I'd be living in a nice house. I wouldn't be in Lovejoy. I probably wouldn't even be in New York State. The money that you have in the bank could buy a fucking private jet. But you're saving up for a fucking funeral. I don't get it. I don't get it. And you know what? There might be a reason. There might be a legitimate reason, but I don't get it. Okay? Ay, ay, ay. So, I'm done for now. I have another video that I gotta, like, fucking put together. I gotta edit up another video with insert shots. So I gotta work on that. I'm also thinking about taking those two shows that I was on, the Mr. Ski Mask shows, taking those and putting insert shots in those. So that's about it for me. I'm gonna go play some Mega Man Legacy Collection 2.